Okay, today I'm gonna reading this the classical novel Emily Bronte, Wuthering Heights, Johann Routledge Public by Johann. Chapter 1. Mr. Lookwood's first visit to Wuthering Heights. 1801. I have just returned from a visit to my landlord, my only neighbor. This is certainly a beautiful country in all of England. I do not think I could have found a house so far from society, even for someone who doesn't like people. Mr. Hitchcliff does not know how my heart warmed to him when I saw his untrusting eyes lower as I announced my name. My Mr. Heathcliff. Anna was the answer. Mr. Lockwood, your new tenant. I rode over as soon as possible after my arrival to thank you for letting me live at Cross Grange. I required the thanks of no one coming, but the gate on which he was leading didn't open until my horse pushed against it, and Mr. Hedgecliff infested to the chain. He called out to his servant, Joseph, take Mr. Lockwood's horse and bring up some wine. As the old servant took my horse to rest, he gave me such a sore look that I thought he must require God's aid to digest his dinner. Wuthering Heights is the name of this place. Wuthering, meaning windy in stormy weather, which is common in these parts. I could imagine the power of the north wind, or I could imagine the power of the north wind here by the bent trees, all their limbs in one direction, as if begging warm from the sun, but the house looked well built against the weather, with narrow, deep-set windows. On the beautifully carved door frame, I saw the date 100,050 and 1,500, and the name Horace Anshaw. I wanted to ask about all this, but Mr. Hedgecliff looked as though he would send me home if I did not enter instantly. So I kept quiet and went inside. One step brought us into the family room, where I expected to see cooking over the fire. But the kitchen seemed to be in some back room where I could hear voices. Along the far wall there were rows and rows of metal dishes and silver bowls trolling up the walls. There were a few guns there too, and the floor was white stone. In one corner I spotted a huge hunting dog with a crowd of noisy puppies. Other dogs were scattered in the dark corners of the room. The house seemed to be calm in these parts, but Heathcliff wasn't. He had the manners of the country gentleman, a little careless and sad, but tall and handsome. I knew without thinking that he is like me. His reserve hives, his love and his hate when meeting a possible friend. He would not offer to shake his hand. Even last summer I missed a chance to marry while vacationing on the sea-coast. I fell head over heels in love with the most beautiful goddess. I never spoke to her, but she understood and returned my attention. At this, I went I see into myself like a snail at every glance called on farther away from her, until at least until at last she was confused. She asked her mother to take her away early. Now people say that I'm heartless, and only I know how different is the truth. I sat down near I sat down near Mr. Hedgecliff and tried to comfort the more dog with touch. Her lips were cold and white teeth watering for a bite. Joseph still had not appeared with the wine. Mr. Hedgecliff shouted and finally ran downstairs, leaving me with the dogs now standing before me. One leapt at me. I put the table between us, but the whole room was now still and six dogs jumped on me. I shouted for help and how Mr. Heathcliff and his men climbed in the stairs. But I don't think they moved 1 second faster than usual, though the room was a storm of broken. Fortunately, a round-cheeked lady with bare arms came rushing from the kitchen with a pan, coupled with her tongue, which stopped the storm magically. She was the only one rolling like a sea after a high wind when her master entered the scene. "What the devil is the matter?" he asked without sympathy. "What the devil indeed! You might as well have left me with tigers. Take a glass of wine." "No, thank you." "No better than you." "No." Mr. Hutchcliff smiled, saying, "My God, and I are not used to visitors. Here's to your health." And he drank from his glass. I was pleased to see him feeling better, and I drank as well. His flowing conversation was very intelligent. Before I went home, I said, "Well, I'll visit tomorrow." This didn't seem to please him, but I will go. I feel such a friendly person by comparison. Chapter 2. Mr. Lockwood's second visit to Wuthering Heights. It was cloudy and cold yesterday afternoon, so I thought I would sit by the study fires instead of going over the Wuthering Heights. However, one of my servant girls started cleaning out the fireplace, but the dust was thick, so I took my hat and after a formal walk, I arrived at the Hedgecliff's gate just in time to escape the first birthday flakes of a snow shower. On the hilltop, the earth was hard and frozen black, and the air made the shake. But when I knocked at the door, only the dogs barked from inside. Then Swordfish Joseph shouted from the barn. "The master's down in her fields and her missus in. Even if you shout to North for nightfall," and his head disappeared. As I was about to shake the door again, a young man appeared without a coat, carrying a large tool. He called me to follow him through an area of small storerooms, and at last I had entered the huge, warm, cheerful apartment of the day before. This time, however, I was pleased to observe the missus. I waited for her to ask me to sit down, but she remained motionless and silent. Laughed at I remarked. She stared at me in a cool and charming manner. "Sit down," said the young man, and kindly, "he'll be in soon." The mother duck was in front of me, moving her tail in recognition. A beautiful animal. I attempted conversation. "Do you intend to keep the little ones?" "They are not mine," she replied more impolitely than Hedgecliff himself. Then she tried to reach a tin on a high shelf. As she stretched, I saw her admirable form, fair skin, golden curls, and her eyes as she beamed. Had she been agreeable, she'd have been delightful. I still started to reach for the thing. She turned on me as a missile. My turn if anyone attempted to assist him in counting his gold. I don't want your help, she said fiercely. I stepped back. Then young man was staring at me from the higher place, as though there was some unsettled argument between us. I wondered if he was a servant. His his beard was white and hands were hard worked, but he was proud. Heathcliff's entrance, Heathcliff's entrance relieved to me a little 5 minutes later. I've come as I promised. I hope you can let me stay for half an hour. He repeated, half an hour. Why are you out today in this storm? Even I might get lost in some such weather. I will not change now. His tone revealed a bad manner. His tone revealed a bad nature, and I was no longer curious about him. However, he invited me to come to the table for tea. Where there was silence, I tried to be friendly, thinking I had caused their bad temper. You must be happy in this lonely place with your lovely wife, I said. My lovely wife, is she here when her body is gone? I realized then that the girl was too young to be his wife. He spoke, Mrs. Heathcliff is my daughter-in-law. He seemed to look at her with the head shot on his face. Oh, so this fairy belongs to you. And I turned to the curious young man. But this mistake seemed only worse, as the young man turned red and looked ready to strike me. Your glasses are wrong, sir, spoke Heathcliff. Neither of us won his fairly homemade. My son is dead. And this young man, my name is Harton Shaw, and you better respect it. I thought I would wait a long time before returning to this place after tea. I went to the window where I saw dark night falling already. The sky and the hills mixed in one bitter breath of white wind and heavy snow. I need a guide to find my way home. Harrington dragged the ship into the boom. No one replied to me. I suggested bringing a large amount of food for the dog. He began to shout at Mrs. Hutcliffe, saying she should go to the table like her mother before her. She gave him a terrible look, and he hurried from the room, trembling with silent fear. I thought that perhaps she was shouting at Joseph to amuse herself, and tried to talk to her when we were alone. Won't you tell me how to go on? Take the road you came on, she said, settling in a chair with a book. Then I must say, then you may settle with him. I have nothing to do with it. Heathcliff called from the kitchen door. You can share a bed with Hareton or Joseph if you stay. I have no beds for guests here. I can sleep on a chair in his room. I replied, I won't leave you here when I can see when I can see you, was his answer. My patience was at an end, and I rushed from the house. Joseph was milking the cows by the light of a lamp, which I seized and ran for the gate, calling out that I would send it back tomorrow. But Joseph sent the ducks after me. too heavily beat through my throat, knocking me down as Heathcliff and Hilton burst out laughing, completing my rage and humiliation. Fortunately, the ducks didn't harm me, but they won't let me stand. All my anger started to nosebleed. Still Heathcliff laughed, and still I scolded. Fortunately, we were interrupted by Jill, the housekeeper, who turned her vocal artery. Oh, hell, John, are we going to murder people on our doorstones? I cannot stay in a house like this. Look at the poor lad. He's hardly breathing now. There, I will take care of you. As she took me into the kitchen, and steadily and faint I realized that I would have to spend the night. Hedgecote told Zilla to give me a glass of wine, after which she took me upstairs and showed me to a bedroom.